Alrighty, so I'm going to go into the perspective analysis for the different roles in the laning stage. Oh, excuse me. So basically, don't get offended and all that. This isn't, me telling you I'm better than you or I would have done better. I played terribly, I'm sure. It's just me watching and giving you some suggestions or kind of thinking to myself what I would have done differently or what may have worked better. So I'll probably do this all in one video, but I might split depending on how long it goes. And we'll do this in reverse order, so we'll do 4 through 1. I'm not going to review myself because I suck and there's no point trying to fix that. But if anybody would like to send me a review on the Ogre, or maybe watch the replay and tell me how bad it was and how to fix some things, I'd be happy to watch it. I'd appreciate it. No hard feelings or anything. And so if I do critique some things, it's just me trying to think and war game out in my mind what would have worked better. All right, so we're going to start with the OD. Starting items, Fairy Fire. Okay, good. See that a lot on fours. I'm trying to outplay the other people. One of each ward, excellent. 2 mangoes, I don't understand what those are for. So with your Q change, this is free mana, or this is free. There's no mana cost because it's percentage based. So no matter how much mana you have, you can always cast your Q. So you should be harassing with this off cooldown in the lane. You're up against 2 ranged heroes in lane, so it's going to be Gyro Venge. So the Legion Commander probably isn't going to max Q because they're ranged, so they're not going to be standing in the middle of the creep wave. So usually if he throws the Q, he's probably only going to get 1 enemy hero, usually not 2 and the whole creep wave. So there's no reason for you to force feed him mana. If you were using these to just give your Legion an extra couple Qs, that would be fine. But I don't think he's going to need that because he shouldn't be maxing the Q. 2 sets of tangos and a salve. This is excellent. So a lot of regen for the lane. So this should work out really well. And I think you end up actually giving me the Observer here because we talked about we might need it a little bit more. So there we go. Figured it out.
How'd that happen?
I assume you're going to use the Sentry Ward to block the enemy's small pole camp, which is fantastic. That's definitely the right thing to do. And we should see how this goes. Let's see, what is Legion, your lane partner? Okay, pretty typical items for a Legion, nothing special. He should get his passive first. You should get your Arcane Orb first. And then basically just try and harass. Basically throw an orb every 4 seconds. Good positioning. I like being over here. You're not just looking at them over the river. You haven't skilled anything yet. I wonder if you're considering holding Astral Imprisonment just to get the rune, which I don't think is well. Okay, so Razor's been spotted. Okay, so right now, you guys are already late on the moving. So you've seen this. Razor's spotted. He's probably said something over voice. You guys got to start moving back, unless you've already decided Razor's dead here at this point, which maybe he is. So this is pretty common for people to just go for 5-man ganks and try and get a freebie kill. Now that they've changed the vision so that it's nighttime at the beginning, a lot of teams do go for that 5-man sort of first blood rush.
Let's shake things up.
Which is fine. Still haven't skilled anything, and also that was your chance to go block the small camp. So while there were 3 heroes over here, you could have ran over, dropped the Sentry Ward, and blocked that camp, and there was no chance that they would have seen you because there shouldn't be anybody over on that side if they're all invading for a gank here. So if you hold this now, when you go to drop this sentry to block that small camp, you have a much higher chance of being spotted and dewarded earlier rather than afterwards. Okay, you see just the Venge. You don't have an Arcane Orb. See, you should have had the skilled and you should have thrown an orb on her. It wouldn't have been much damage. It would have been what, maybe 100?
Not soon forget.
You're 50 plus 20%, 40, 80. Wow, it would have actually been 130 damage. So yeah, you could have gotten a free 130 damage on that Venge if you just thrown an orb. Okay, so now you've skilled it. That's good. I guess you're here to double block with the Legion, but really you need to go block that camp, because when you disappear later in the lane, they're going to realize something's up, and you probably won't get a full wave block. Alright, Arcane Orb, harass, there you go. Throw one. Good, good, good. You really want to focus your harass on the Venge, though. Okay, that's a shame that Marley got the arrow there. Very little you can do. Yeah, you need to keep moving back, though. You can't trade with all 3, or even 2. It's gonna be interesting if she just feeds you. That's weird. It's nice that the the Venge decided to man fight you to the death, because the Venge could have ran away and the Mirana just kept hitting you, but... Yeah, well, okay. Good use of the sentry, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. Nice deny attempt. There's no gold on the sentry though, so it's not like with the Observer or something. See the Venge, you can't stay. Back out, that's good. So it's good that you dewarded the Observer. That's going to fuck up the Mirana's arrow attempts, but you still don't have a pull camp. And so in the tri-lane here, or still block the pull. And in the tri-lane, that pull should be important. I'm expecting them to do some pulling here, but I guess not yet. You need to get out though, you're in a bad spot if the Mirana stays. Looks like Mirana's going for Legion? No, she comes back for you. Yeah. Good last hit, that's fine. Don't mind the salve there. Get popped. Overall, this is working out really well. So, you know, it probably feels pretty bad, but the Legion should be getting an XP advantage, 2 versus 3. And unless they pull, the wave is going to be too far forward. Okay, I don't know about this. You gotta leave. You can't fight to the death there. That was very optimistic chasing the Venge. Yeah, there was too much there. You were taking aggro from like 6 creeps plus all 3 enemy heroes, and the Venge wasn't nearly low enough. Still holding those 2 mangoes, which I mean, I guess you're going to use to fill up. So you get the correct second skill, you get Essence Flux. The Ogre comes over to help tri-lane back, and of course the Mirana's already left, which is unfortunate for you guys. And I think you had already started your TP as well, so there's no chance to get out of it. Alright, you need to block that, or deny that clarity. There you go. Good hits. You don't die for that. Yeah, this is a feed here. I'd be really surprised if you got this guy right now. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, you're in a bad spot. So once the gyro gets away, you guys have to just leave him. You can't dive the tower there for him. It's not great.
Let's shake things up.
You didn't waste the fairy fire though, which is good, because you would have been dead anyway. But you also didn't have to come back out on the tower, so I'm not really sure why you wanted to walk out. So let me loosen this up. So you know let's actually rewind it a bit here. Oh, no, a little further. Alright, so you guys are going on these 2. Ended up trying to go for the gyro, obviously more value. He pops a wand or fairy fire. Alright, so here you start diving. That's fine. You're trying to go for the kill, whatever. He jukes you. At this point, you should not come back out here. So when gyro jukes you, he basically runs away, and he doesn't assume that you're coming back out. He probably assumes you're just going to TP home. Right there was no reason for you to walk back out, because Venge is sitting right here with the stun, and you're going to eat the tower the whole way. You had 3 tangos. You probably could have walked around here, ate this 1 tree right there. I think it's... Oops. How do I... Let me see if I can tab over. Yeah, so you could have gotten to probably... Where the fuck is my mouse? That one. You probably could have ate this tree right here, and then you would have been able to run through this path and then use 1 tango and then get home. There was no reason for you to try and basically man fight your way through, or basically brute force back home through the tower here, because this is just dying for no reason. Because the gyro did left, like he wasn't turning around trying to reinvade and find the jungle for you either. So that was a good chance for you to get out. All right, let's go back to player perspective.
Let's shake things up.
All right, so Legion is what, 11 against the gyros. What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, 15. He's way up at the top. Wow. Equilibrium for him though. Where are you? Oh, you're walking all the way back? He's already used a TP for something. Okay. All right, queuing up the meteor hammer right off the bat. I like it. It's definitely the play here. It's a replay bug. You don't have a mana steal, do you? No. Okay. Yeah, just throw an orb. There you go. Just hit him 1 time. Yeah. Bring his life down just a little bit. I mean, it's free for you, so there's no reason not to. Throw that orb. Throw that orb. Yeah, when you're trading like that, you're out damaging the Venge. She can't sit there and man fight you, so you want to constantly throw that orb. There you go. And then stay. Just because you don't have an orb doesn't mean you can't throw a second right click. You can definitely harass again. Okay, that spot here. Yeah, you need to leave. Okay, good Astral. Might have saved you there. Kind of expected him to throw a rocket barrage on you. Okay, good night. That's fine, that was bad timing. You heard that clarity? You want to try and pop that clarity on that Venge every time. Good sentry. Still not blocking the pole camp though, but Venge is also doing a really bad job of, you know, not really being a 5. Just going to harass. Yeah, go throw an orb. Oh, right there. Pop that clarity. There you go. I feel like I could have gotten another hit on her when she came out of the Astral, but that's fine. Okay, so 5 minutes, so you need to be going for the runes. So you're a little out of position, which is fine. You also want to go for a side pull here and go horizontally. So let's see, where's my damn curve? I can't see shit on this screen here. You want to try and pull basically this hard camp out to the lane right to left here, and then that little bit of distance gives you a pull back, resets the lane equilibrium. It's not terrible right now, but well, it's terrible now, but it wasn't before. And it looks like you're walking back up, not doing a lot. Yeah, you want to throw a couple orbs and then go for a pull here. This is definitely pull time. Okay, see, eating those tangos just to get your mana up is not efficient here. You need to pull this camp right here though. Okay, yeah, so block that clarity. Okay, so that was weird. You walked up to the gyro like you wanted to break his salve, and then you didn't. You got to go for it if you're going to commit like that. Try and break his regen. And then right now you're going to miss the timing of the pull. So this camp here is right about where it needed to be for you to pull this out sideways. So when you see these creeps basically hit this tower here, you want to aggro this hard camp and then walk straight to the left and bring them out. Because if you aggro this camp, when this first creep is walking past the tower, then these two are going to meet right here, and this creep wave is going to go into this camp here. You get to farm the hard camp. You'll deny a lot of these creeps, and then this lane equilibrium, instead of being way up here, is going to then reset to be, you know, probably somewhere down here right outside the tower. So when you're kind of not really doing much here, you're throwing maybe like a 150 damage nuke or something, your time is better spent to pull and reset the lane on this side. Nice little D ward for you. Yeah, so you keep opening. Okay, so I don't know why you keep opening with Astral like that. So if you're going to do that and you just want to come up to harass, Astral's not doing a lot of damage, and you want to use your Arcane Orb before the Astral. So you want to throw an orb, let the orb hit, and then Astral, because you get a second spell, you get another chance for the Flux to hit, and you throw the orb before you waste all your Astral mana. So if you Astral, you lose 120 mana, and then you try and throw an orb. The orb damage is based on how much mana you have. So you've basically ruined the damage that this will do, whereas if you do it in the other order, and you go Orb first and then Astral, you get to Orb while your mana is somewhere out here, and then you Astral here, and then, you know, you have a second chance to get your spell back, but even if you don't, you still end up in the same place mana-wise, but you've done more damage. So try and flip the order. Try and throw the Orb first, and then throw the Astral. Yeah, because right there, you did less damage with the Astral. It's not great. Alright, so now you're kind of wandering around, you don't know what to do, there's no reason for you to be here. So you're doing the support thing where you're leeching experience from the core. And I think this is why Legion in the mid game is like level 12 and you're like level 15. You should not be here in this area. So nothing's going on, there's no kill threat right now, Legion is full health, nothing's happening, the lane equilibrium is in a terrible position, it's right outside their tower, and they're really kind of too far for you to, harass. And even if you get like an orb or two on the Venge, it's really not doing much. What you really need to be doing, again, is come back for this pull. So this creep wave is about to cross this tower, which means right now you need to be standing like right here-ish, and you need to aggro and pull this. If you aggro and pull this over, this wins this entire lane. Everything here goes better. Legion gets twice as much experience because you aren't within, you know, experience range of these creeps, so you're not soaking up and taking half of your core's XP, and this creep equilibrium comes from being, you know, right under their tower where they're in a great defensive position all the way back here so that Legion can reset and Legion can start farming right outside his tower. But you being kind of in this, you know, dead space here really does nothing. You're not like a Pudge or a Mirana that's hoping to get like a good setup. Okay, so Razor comes in for a gank. Okay, maybe you're set up for this gank. If you knew that was happening, that's fine. I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember him saying that over the course. Okay, good Astral to cancel the TP, and that works out really well. Alright, so if you guys communicated that over voice, then forget everything I said about the lane, because I wasn't even paying attention to the Razor showing up for that fight, so that's good stuff. This is a little on the loud side. Now what you want to do here is, while these guys are all hitting this tower, you want to pull the creeps off. So it looks like Legion's going to do it already, and it's probably better for him anyway because he gets the passive. But one of you needs to pull the creeps away so that this catapult gets a couple more hits on the tower, and then you guys kind of reset until this wave shows up. So you don't want to let these creeps run back into the tower, because then you have to decide who you're hitting. You want one guy to go break this wave off and either pull it into the small camp or the hard camp, or just all the way around to the tower, and the other two can continue to beat on this tower for free. Yeah, you don't want to tank this. You want to let the range creep hit it, because this range creep can tank the tower long enough for the new melee creeps to come in. And see, now this whole time you've got the catapult going, which is great. So this game actually worked out really well. That's probably what got us back into the win rate advantage at this point. Yeah, so that series of rotation, that series of kills is basically what brought us back into the early game. That's good stuff. Yeah, so that's good. You want to Astral while Razor's connected, because the link stays while he's yeah, no, you need to turn for this. Okay, so you didn't have an orb, and you didn't throw the orb in that last fight there, so you're not using orb on auto attack, which is fine, but you have to make sure that you're using it in between each manual cast. So let's see this again. Okay, so you didn't orb it there. Alright, you did orb there. That's good. You did orb there, good. And another one right there. So that attack, that should have been an orb. And then at this point you lost him. Yeah, you need to go back to try and save the Legion at this point. Too late now, but maybe if you do an Astral. Hey, I'm reviewing your game right now, bro. Alright, so that's a really good Astral right there. That saves the Legion and turns this fight around. Okay, that should have been an orb. Okay, so you set it to autocast now. That's really good. Good stuff. Let me pause this real quick. Alrighty. And I'm back. Pro tip, turn off your, or log out of friends when you're doing replays, so if they don't message you, you need to replay. Alrighty. So I think Wind Ranger disconnects for like, something like 8 minutes or something here. This looks good. So you got your crown, definitely the best component to buy out of the Meteor Hammer first, so that's good stuff. Let's see, how's Legion's farm doing? 36.8, so 44 to Gyro's 46, so that's actually not bad. He's within 2, just 2 denies, but otherwise Legion's doing great. And losing that tier 1 tower is going to make it worse for Gyro and better for Legion. So I'd say this lane is going pretty damn well for you guys. Venge is 0-0. You got a couple last hits. Venge is not a single deny or anything. It's weird. I guess Gyro's been doing such a great job denying. She doesn't need to help. Let's actually fast forward this a little bit. See how long it takes for the the Wind Ranger to come back. Okay.
From the experts.
Yeah, I think he's gone for quite a while.
Your ashes will fall like rain.
Alright, so Legion is going to lifesteal off the jungle creeps, which is good stuff. I don't know what you're doing there. You're just soaking his XP. Are you staying here to protect him or something? Or taking the neutral? Okay, that's fine. Alright, orb first. No, orb first, then astral. Alright, so now when you orb, it does like nothing because you got no mana left. And see, if you orb first, you can actually orb astral and then orb him again as he comes out of astral. This is the right build though, so I'm glad you went 1-4-1. What will be, I'm sure, 1-4-1, 1-3-1. This is definitely the right build. But I just wish you'd use the Arcane Orb for. Okay, you need to go deny this ward, or so. I don't know if you could have ran over and astraled him in time, but you definitely at least want to pop the clarity. So even if you can't get to him to astral and then take the last hit on the observer, you definitely want to break that clarity. The Earthshaker really needs his mana now, especially just to farm. You got a shovel doing nothing. You're taking the lane while Legion's jungling. That was really unnecessary. So I don't know why you astraled to last hit that. I don't think you need to do that. That is a massive waste of your mana. You should also take your Arcane Orb off now. There's no reason for you to be orbing. Like right there, you tried to orb a creep to last hit and you didn't even get it. You don't really need to be wasting a little of your mana you have trying to last hit these things. Glad Legion came back to the lane. Yeah, like right there, don't orb that. Like, okay, so you orbed it and then astraled it and you wasted like what little mana you have. So if something breaks out right now, you know, we see one person on the map, you're not going to have your Astral Imprisonment, it's going to be on cooldown, and you don't have the mana to play it. You don't have the mana to throw your nuke in case, or your ult in case Legion gets a weird duel. Like there's absolutely no reason for you to do that. You've got an extra tango, you're at 100% health, your health regen is pretty good, and that shitty little kobold does like, what, 3 damage to you or something with every right click? Like, he's not hurting you. You can take the time to just right click him normally 3 times and not waste 132 mana to blast him like that. So I would not use your mana nearly as much for farming like this. 10 minutes, so it's like Legion's going for the runes for you. Okay, so this is backwards. Your Legion commander should not be going to pick up the bounty runes while you farm the lane. You need to be standing on that rune at 10 minutes and then run down, grab the other one so that Legion can push this wave in. Legion should be pushing this wave all the way up to here. When he gets to here and starts pushing the tower, then he farms back out the jungle. He farms a small camp, he farms this camp, he goes back over here, and then he can get to this triangle. And then that sort of arc and that rotation gives Legion a lot more farm. But right now, it looks like Legion is, you know, basically left with going to get the bounty runes and farming the triangle because you're taking the lane here. So this is not the right play. And again, you need to take Arcane Orb off autocast when you're not in fights like this. You're wasting a lot of mana for nothing. You don't like this is the freest last hit in the world. There's no reason that you need to use that. Yeah, you didn't need an Arcane Orb right there. Like there's no one here. You're not being contested. You don't need anyone, or you don't need any damage to help you get that last hit. Those are super free. Alright, I'm going to say laning at this point is pretty much done. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the P3 perspective from here. Let's see how long a video is this? 22 minutes? Alright, we'll break these up.